'08 Suzuki SX4 all-wheel drive hatchback. The wheel bearing on the right rear has gone out, and I'm going to replace it. I decided to replace both of them because the price was right. Jack this thing up and make sure the parts are the same and throw it on there. I will spare you the jacking it up part. Remove brake caliper, axle nut, and then the 4 bolts that hold the wheel hub. But I think we're going to open the new parts first and take a look at those. Never cut towards yourself. Does it look like the right part to you? It seems to line up to me. It's got the little sensor wire. I know you shouldn't buy cheap parts, but it's a cheap car. Brake caliper, axle nut, 4 bolts that hold this thing on. There's the holes for the 4 bolts, you can see there. There's the, so those are back there. Behind this, and yeah. In order to remove the brake caliper from the rotor, I had to undo the e-brake. And while I undid that e-brake, was that super sketchy? Yes. Would I recommend you do that? No, but that's what I had to do. So, I did it really slowly, and every creak and groan I kind of grimaced, but the car is still on the jack stand, which is cool. I think, so you take out the rotor, and it looks like this. And now the next step is that axle nut. Alright, to get this wheel nut off, or axle nut, you're going to want to get that little indentation there unindentated. And to do that, you're going to want to find maybe a flathead screwdriver, probably a flathead screwdriver, that fits right in there. Probably going to wreck this thing, but who cares? And whack on it with a hammer. Let's do that. For today, I've chosen a nice framing hammer because it's got a big heavy head, just like me. And we're gonna whack on this thing. Wail on it. What do you think? A little more? I think a little more. I think maybe a different.
Who are you talking to?
I would say that that is about where we need to be. A couple more taps. And now we're going to hit it with the, let's see if you can see that. You just want to open it up. That's probably enough. If not, you can see it kind of probably looks like it needs just a little more. I'll whack on it a little more, and then we'll go ahead and hit it with the impact gun. It off. I was going to record it, but it just happened so quick right now. And the right socket is a 30. Get over here. 30 millimeter. To get the 4 bolts off that hold the wheel hub on, it is 17. Got a big breaker bar, and I feel like that's going to be the easiest way. I've already broken I've already broken one of these, so yeah, breaker bar just makes it so easy. Alright, got that one. I think this thing is about to fall right off. I'll just make a note, and when you're getting these nuts back here, take out the top ones first, or I left the top left one just to hold the thing together, but to get to the bottom one here, you gotta take the top one off, and I threw this 17 millimeter in there. It's got a ratchet on it, and that helped a lot, but if you don't, just get an extension and come from the other side, from back here, with your 11/16 or your 17 millimeter, whatever you got. So I figure I'll show you the last portion of this. This whole thing should come off with the dust shield and everything. That's the last one. Top left. And this should come right off. And it did. So the dust shield goes like that. Here's the old one, which was making a whole ton of noise when I was driving. It sounded like the wheel was gonna fall off. There it is. Let's compare it with the new one. That look the same to you? All right, let's try and throw it on there. Those line up. See if it lines up the other way. It does line up the other way, so I want to make sure I don't put it on upside down. This is at the top, so we just keep it like that. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit in here, and then test fit it. If it fits, throw some thread locker on there, and we'll go from there. So I don't have a torque wrench. I just tighten it up to where I think it's nice. I put a good amount of thread locker on the threads. I've got semi-permanent, but permanent would be better if you got that, but I don't. So mejor que nada, which is better than nothing. So this is how I'm torquing it down. I got my breaker bar, and I got a nice extension on it, one of those heavy duty ones. And I had to get a little bit of a jimmy in there. We call it adapter, and I got that on my 17mm. I got that on the bolt, and I've torqued it down to tight. Torqued to tight, and that's how I did it. One of these. So yeah, that's how I did it. Hopefully that helps, and there it is. We're gonna get the axle nut back on. We're gonna pound it into place. I've got the speed sensor connected. 4 bolts tightened. We'll get the caliper back on and be ready to roll. Alright, I'm probably gonna end it there because I've decided to do the brake pads too. I just ran to the auto parts store and got some pads. I knocked that guy in there, and I trust my life with that, apparently. So, yeah.